3, understanding and organizing subject matter for student learning. Can you share with me where you feel you are at?
I think that for most of them, I circled applying. One exploring 3B, integrating I put for 3E.
And can you share with me with 3E what that has?
So part of my work with Cal Ed is really looking at our standards, pushing just those standards while supporting students. Many students are not at grade level, and so the idea is we want to make sure that we are teaching just the standards, but then supporting them, giving them those scaffolding to help them get to those grade levels, not just watering down the curriculum to their level. We want to bring them up, not meet them at the bottom. This school year, I've been getting really familiar with the standards, and so I know I can look at the curriculum and be like, this lesson doesn't actually touch on the standard, and I can skip it. Or I could supplement it with something that actually goes over the standard. I'm going over all the standards rather than like the main 5.
3B, this is where you marked exploring. Can you share with me?
Yes. It's about incorporating real world applications with students' backgrounds and perspectives, and curriculum just does not lend itself very well to exploring those ideas. It's very like, here's a picture of a triangle, answer this question about it. It's not asking them to think about construction work. A lot of kids want to go into construction, and there's no questions about that. There's no real world applications of like, you need geometry in order to build something.
Right. STP 3, where would you like to be for the end of the year?
By the end of the year, I think I'd want to be level 5. One is way more of my strong suit, especially after the year of Cal Ed.
Now that we've identified, right, our CSTP, move over to talk about the content and the lesson. Tell me what you are envisioning in terms of a lesson topic.
What we're doing right now is just looking at shapes, looking at aspects of them. And this week, because of testing, we are doing motor skills. So drawing shapes using tools, so protractors and compasses, and we're learning how to construct these shapes with just these tools. And I'm emphasizing like everyone's picture should look exactly the same because we're using the same measurements, we're using the same angles. And so if yours looks a little off, that means you did something wrong and we want to try again. This week that we've been really practicing being precise, we're having them open up the compasses and then we're double checking that it's the correct one by measuring with the protractor. So
Very
we're being
kinesthetic.
This week I've seen a lot of kids who have been struggling all year long actually engage with this for the first time because it's something that is tactile, pretty straightforward. Like I have one kid who's been incredibly disruptive, was quiet, and he wanted to show me his work. This is still a standard, a 7th grade standard. To them, it doesn't feel like it has as much brain power,
right?
But they are. They're being precise. They're trying to measure things. They're double checking. This is the end of the unit. Yes.
Perfect. You have your learning goal here, which is today I will construct congruent polygons.
Yep.
Intentions that you have, students will practice their fine motor skills, which you mentioned, to produce shapes based off of direction, practice logical thinking to predict how their shapes will come out.
And to get them to be like, okay, if we know that a triangle has 180 degrees in it, do we have to draw all 3 angles? Today, we're drawing a triangle just based off of angle measurements. And so we see if we draw 45 of 45, the next one has to be a 90-degree angle. Questioning is supplemental.
Got it.
But I'm using the book and then asking questions that are not in the book.
But the activity, the kinesthetic, is something you came up with and developed.
It is
okay. They're going to go into the workbook, page 53 and page 54.
Yep.
And then you're going to be modeling page 53.
Yes.
I like how you added gradual release because I know that's a big component of our school and what we're trying to really do with our teaching. Me, what classroom you would like me to observe?
Case by teaching, I'd probably be the chaotic one.
Okay.
The 3rd period can be pretty loud, so you can come in and see that. I think that would be helpful to you, especially as if I'm trying to reflect on my own teaching. A class that I'm struggling in is probably the best, so we can pinpoint
I agree.
what I need to change in order to better reach some of these kids.
Tell me a little bit of information in regards to the students that I will be experiencing this observation with.
The third period is one of my largest class sizes. It has a large group of boys who are all friends. When they're all together, their energies are
dynamic.
Yes.
Any additional levels of support?
Occasionally have college students come in to help.
Using any technology?
The only technology is the ones that our ancestors were using. You cam so the kids can watch like how I'm holding things to make sure that I'm being very precise.
How are you feeling about me coming in and doing this?
I'm so used to people coming in and observing me. It's not a problem. Of feedback, I would love to improve my practice. It's hard for me as a person to like reflect because I always think of myself too negatively, and it's nice to have someone else come and be like, no, you did this great.
Looking forward to coming in and observing you and seeing how we can move you to reach these specific goals that you have for these two areas of the CS.